risk management is everything in trading. Not really psychology, not really your strategy, not anything else, because ultimately, I'm telling you, those are all the easy parts. Risk management is the final boss that you will have to deal with, and that's what's going to separate you from a losing trader to someone who's profitable and making money month after month. And because of how important it is, that is why today I want to teach you guys everything you need to know, from the basics of how you even calculate risk, what take profit to use, pretty much everything within the spectrum, so that way you're well equipped to becoming profitable, and if you're already profitable, to make sure that you do stay profitable over the long run. So first, what is risk management in the first place? Risk management is basically something you're going to hear all the time. Some people might say it's overrated. I personally don't think it is, but this is basically two systems. We have risk reward and we have win rate. It falls between those two things. You either have a very high win rate, so you're winning all the time, and that's how you're going to stay profitable, or you have a high risk reward, so that way you're making more money to cover your losses. Focusing on the win rate first, if you have an 80% win rate, that simply means out of 10 trades, you're losing twice and you're winning 8 times. Over multiple months and years, if you just do the maths, your losses will just be less than your wins. And if you're keeping the risk the same, let's say you're risking 1%, that means you're going to make 8% and lose 2%. Win 8%, lose 2%, etc. So overall, you just have more wins, and that's how you stay profitable. But in the case that you have a low win rate now, so if you're losing, let's say you're risking 1%, you're going for 1-to-1, it's all the same values. If that is the case and you're losing more times, so if you lose 6 times and you win 5 times, it just means that every single time you're short 1%. And those 1% will continue to compound until you become down 10%, 20%, 30%, etc. because you're short 1% every time. That's assuming you're losing 60% of the time. I hope that maths made sense. If I made any errors, you get the idea. You're just losing more than you're winning, so it's a basic, simple maths. So in general, if you're going to go with a win rate system, you need to just win more often, and that always has to be the case. Then we have risk reward. Risk reward simply means that, let's say you are going for 1-to-2s on your trade. If you go for 1-to-2s out of 10 trades and you only win 5 of them, so now you have a 50% win rate, but you're going for 1-to-2s. With a win rate system, you will end up break even. You know, you win, you lose, you win, you lose. At the end of 10 trades, you have nothing. With a 1-to-2 risk reward though, this means that out of 10 trades, you would have made 10% if you win just 5. And when you lose, it means you only lost 5%, because again, you're risking 1% per trade. So overall, you see out of 10 trades, you're up 5%, even though you only win half of the time. So both systems are good. One is harder than the other, I would say, but I'll get into that shortly. So now that you understand the basics, why do most traders still fail? That is simply because most of the time their strategy, when they apply it live, they usually don't hit the risk reward that they want, and their win rate is also less than they think it is. So overall, both are just bad, and they just continue to lose anyway. It's either that or they don't stick to the system. So overall, the maths just isn't making sense. So instead of them to do 1-to-2s, they might be doing 1-to-1s. Then next week they'll do 1-to-2s. Then the next day they'll change to 1-to-1 because their psychology is not steady. So in other words, because they're not following the system, the maths doesn't always total up. So instead of them having 5% at the end of 10 trades, they might end up somehow with 3. Just because one day they panicked and they left before 1-to-2, etc. You get the idea. But it's because people do not follow their risk management strictly. So this ends up meaning that they just don't stay profitable. So regarding which one is better, in my opinion, for your psychology's sake and for you to be a profitable trader long term, you want to have a bit of both, because it is extremely hard to have a trading system that will win 80% of the time, 90% of the time. In fact, 70 is possible, but it's still time. But 80, 90, 100, those are like extremes. I don't really know, any regular traders doing that. Maybe someone is, but I don't know any regular traders doing that. So generally, because it's very hard, most people fall into the 60 max maybe and less, because some people have a 10% win rate. So maybe like 60, downwards, I would say. The win rate system is pretty tough, but risk reward is possible, because really and truly, all you need is a trade to win and go in your favor, but you just need to know how much is it going to push. If you take a buy, you don't know how far the buy is going to go, but at least the buy is pushing, it's going in a direction. So technically you already won that trade. It just depends on when you leave to really solidify and close it and make sure that you actually have some realized gains. For my system, I found that I just have a bit of both worlds. I have a good risk reward, which is roughly 1-to-2. Most cases, I look for 1-to-2s. Some exceptions, I'll take 1-to-1s. And my win rate is roughly around 65% at the moment. And that's over, like 3-year data of backtest plus live trades, etc. 65 to 70%. And that's 3 years of data. So I would say that's definitely tangible over like 500 trades as a sample. So yeah, that is the system that I'm working with. So this gives me that nice, sweet balance of my psychology is intact, simply because of I'm not losing so often that it's bothering me too much. I'm winning at a good rate, so that way it makes me feel confident to trust my system. So I stick to my system. Plus, I have a good RR because 1 to 2 simply means that if I lose 2 days in a row, I'm not really concerned because I know that if I win one trade, I'm back to break even. So it makes it a lot easier. So the key thing here is that it all ties together with psychology. You want to make sure that's always in a straight line. You don't want to be overly excited. You don't want to be super like low because you've been losing. You want it to be balanced. So that's why that perfect spot for me works for me perfectly. Hence why when you see my live trades that I post on my IG and stuff, you will see that most of the time I'm just very like nonchalant with how I trade in a way, because it's just all data to me and probability. That's all trading is, just a probability game. So this segment of the video is sponsored by Funded Next. Now Funded Next is a prop firm that can help you to go from having no money to having a ton of money. What do I mean by this? Prop firms, if you don't know what prop firms are, they provide you with capital that you can use to trade. They pretty much help you to go from trading your $10 account instead to trading 10k, 20, 50, 100 and even more. This is what I used to trade consistently. As long as you're able to meet their rules and you're able to pass the challenges, then eventually you'll become funded and you will receive payouts. In terms of spreads, leverage, all those things, Funded Next are top tier. Do they pay you out, which is the question most people ask? Yes, they 100% do. I've been paid out. If you do check out their Discord, you will see most people do get paid out. And on top of this, they have been in the game for a while now, so that's something that at least gives you a peace of mind to know that they're not kind of new to the block. So they will hopefully continue to pay us out as traders. If you do want to check out Funded Next and trade with them just like I do, check out the link in the description below. And let's get back to the video. So how do you actually calculate risk reward in the first place? How do you begin with all of these stuff? There's two ways. You either have a risk calculator. This you can find online on any website. Literally just type in lot size calculator, you'll find a ton. It's very simple. All you simply need though is your stop loss. Once you have that, your stop loss number, then you pretty much can calculate your risk. Your stop loss and your entry, those are the two values that you need, and obviously the amount of your account size. But when you go on any risk calculator, they will show you these stuff, and it's very easy. Once you have this value, you put that in, you enter the trade, voila. That's option number one. Option number two, I personally use magic keys. This is not a promo or anything, it's just what I use, and I've been using it for a very long time, and it's essential because instead of doing all those calculations, which is somewhat straightforward, all I have to do is press a button, open cal. It immediately calculates everything for me, and I just click on open trade and boom, I'm in the trade. Nice and simple. I'll leave a link for this for anyone who wants it in the description of this video. It's very useful, very, very handy. It makes my life a lot easier. So now that you understand the overall basis of risk management, it's not super complicated. That is pretty much the summary of it, but now it's up to you to choose which one you're gonna go for. First of all, of course, you want your strategy, but when you have your strategy, you want to try different risk management systems for your strategy and see what works. The way I trade, for example, I'm probably not able to get 1 to 10s, so it's just not going to happen, but you do need to backtest this to see if it's viable, if it's possible. So in my case, after many trades, I've seen that 1 to 2 is a sweet spot. Sometimes I will get 1 to 3s, but I've not really backtested 1 to 4s. But I know that I'm not going to get 1 to 4s that often, because what's going to happen is my trade, because I scalp, it's going to come back to break even first, then it might go to the 1 to 4. So overall, I'm not hitting it as often because we might just get stopped at break even before it gets there. So you want to backtest your system. You might be trading from the 1 hour, you might be a swing trader, so you might be able to hit that 1 to 10, but you want to see how often you hit it. Or 1 to 5, in fact. I don't know, 1 to 10 still sounds a bit crazy to me, but 1 to 5s is still tangible. You might hit that 40% of the time. 40% is a very good rate for 1 to 5s. Very, very good rate. So if that is the case and you have that balance of 40%, 1 to 5s, fantastic. You just keep doing whatever that system is. If it's 30%, then you need to know, all right, cool, if I'm losing 7 trades before I win like 3, can I handle that psychologically without panicking? Because I'm telling you, everything is all sweet and good when people win, but when they take 1 loss, it all goes away. If things go south, because 1 loss, they start panicking, they start thinking what went wrong, and then 2 losses, and then 3 losses, and at that point they're thinking, all right, yeah, my strategy's not working anymore, time to pack it up. And it's a long day. And it's even worse if you're trading publicly, because then people are going to want to give you their opinions, and most of the time the opinions are rubbish, and they want to tell you how to trade your own strategy that they have no idea about, and then that's going to get in your head even more. So overall, you want to make sure, first of all, backtest. That's what's going to give you confidence with your risk management system. You've seen I put emphasis on it a lot already. I've done 3 years of backtest. In fact, minimum 3 years, by the way. I've done a ton. I've said in multiple videos, I've done so many that it's ingrained in my head, and I understand exactly what my trades are going to do when I'm in them. and just understand, okay, in most cases, for example, right now, if I'm trading on my M3 strat, I just know I might lose 3 times in a row, but that should be about it. I rarely lose 4 times in a row, like 4 losing days. I rarely have that. So if I have 4 losing days, I'm kind of worried. 3 losing days is normal. So if I lose 3 times, it's like, I've seen this before. It happened before in a few months, you know, it's happened before. So overall, I'm very confident that way. So if you know that you backtested for 7 months, you only have like a 2 losing days losing streak. If you're losing 5 times in a row, then you know something's wrong somewhere. So now you need to review and see, are you the problem, or is the system the problem? That's how you're gonna become comfortable and confident with how you trade. But let me leave you guys with 3 more things to just take away from this video that's very important. And the first is to understand that risk management is meant for you to not take too many trades. That's number 1. That's why your risk management is there. So you don't take too many trades, so you have that sweet balance of a system in place of how many trades a day you take, your take profit, your stop loss. That's what it is all there for. So you trade like a bot in a way. You stick to systems. You don't just wing it based on how you feel one day, because how you feel is always going to change, but a system does not change. Secondly, your risk management is there to perfect your emotional discipline. Without a good risk management system, your emotion is going to be all over the place, and you're trading again based on how you feel. So risk management is there, so that way if someone woke you up in the middle of the night at 4 a.m. and they showed you a trade, you're able to say, yes, enter here, put my take profit here, I'm going back to bed. If you can't really do that, something's wrong somewhere, because again, your emotions is added into the system, and you want to take that out, because now it's based on, okay, cool, if I feel like I'm seeing the volume shoot this way, I'm going to leave here, and it's going to cause confusion. And I'll tell you for free, in the long run, you're going to end up losing trades you should win, because it's all based on feelings. Feelings is something that is just, in trading, is just going to be trouble. The third, the way your risk management is set, you should always be calm whenever you're trading. If you're ever in a trade and you feel anxious, you feel scared, you feel like, oh, it's about to be the end of the world sort of thing, it means that you either need to reduce the amount you're risking. Something needs to change. Your take profit might be too high that you're not even confident, that when you're up 1 to 5, your body's shaking, and you know, you're not relaxed. You feel like, I need to leave this trade right now, it's going to turn around, all this stuff. You should be extremely calm. That is how you know you have a good risk management system, that you're calm at all times. If you're about to hit stop loss, you're calm because you know you're going to lose X amount and it's fine. Do you get what I mean? Put emphasis on the peace that you have and how calm you are. That is when you know you're using the right risk management system. And one key thing before I forget, if you are trading prop firms, never, ever, ever, ever risk more than 1%, because based on how the rules of prop firms are, risking more than 1% is just going to get you in trouble, because 8% isn't a lot, or 10% isn't a lot, and that's usually the standard of how much you can lose. 10% can go in the blink of an eye. You want to give yourself at least 10 trades to lose. If you increase that, you're risking 2%. It says extremely easy to lose 5 trades. One can be a slight issue based on just your ability. You could just make a mistake. The second could just be spreads, news, all of that, you know, that could mess you up. And the other 2 could just be normal losing trades. That happens. People go on losing streaks. That's a normal thing. So you want to give yourself room to lose. Enough room to lose, and never ever risk more than 1%, in my opinion, especially if you're trying to pass. If you already have multiple accounts, fair enough, you can risk more than 1% just to quickly pass the others, but you always have backups. But besides that, just never do it. Never ever do it. But if you are trading personal account though, then it's fine. The rules is literally completely up to you. There's nothing restricting you, so you can feel free to risk more than 1%, more than 2%, whatever you want. But of course, still make sure that you have a good risk management system.